Hello, my name is Rob Helene. This is your Asian session preview for Tuesday, April the 6th, 2010. Welcome to FX Bootcamp. Please be advised the purpose of FX Bootcamp is education. It is not an alert service. Coaches are not going to make trade recommendations. However, we will provide technical and fundamental analysis of the live markets and how we construct trade plans throughout the course of the trading day. Please bear in mind when trading heavily leveraged, it's a very risky business. Therefore, prior to live trading, please ensure you have a successful track record using your broker's demo accounts. Hope you guys all had a great Easter and just getting back into the fold here. Please just remember, guys, the no-farm payrolls wasn't digested by all the markets as yet. Most of them were on holiday when that number came out last week. So we're going to just maybe need another 24 hours for things to sort themselves out. But I think we can try and make sense of a little bit of what's going on. A little quick tidbit on the euro here, maybe the USD yen, and then we'll call it a day. Okay, I'm just going to focus a little bit on swings and move fibs, because we're basically fibbing ourselves into consolidation here. We're going to have to proceed with caution. I'm going to use some pink arrows for swings, and I'm going to actually use these green arrows I'm going to get out in a minute on move fibs. Okay, I want you to try and gauge the difference between moves and swings. I'm just going to draw on this daily chart some swings. Sort of fairly high level, downside, now looking to get upside. Now we head down again, get my drift. Just going to quickly finish these sorts of things off. We keep going. Another little uptrend through here. No big deal. Another downtrend. Okay. Back to a little uptrend. How does that look in the context of move fibs? Something along these lines, guys. Where the daily goes from a downtrend to an uptrend, back to a downtrend, to an uptrend, back to a downtrend, back to an uptrend. These are moves and swings on a daily chart. Why do I think we've got ourselves into fib war central? Look at where we are right now. This 136 level that we've tagged, or just around 136 last week, is a nice fib level of this move down from here, pull back, looking to get short. Okay, and we've got a good couple of days red off there already. Okay, well that's all nice. Think to the downside, fine. But what we need to bear in mind is zooming in here is we've got these swings to the upside. Okay, just going to get my little pink pen out. Pull back, long. Well, right here in terms of swing charts, if we're going to get long, it's going to happen pretty much here. Okay, so we've got ourselves in this little zone here of fib wars where we're not too sure whether to get long or look to get short. Okay, so what sense can we make of this? How can we trade this? Well, you can see here, just going back to our move fibs and swing fibs, I'm just going to draw the last couple of moves up here. This is how they, this is our up, down, pull back. If we're going to get short, it was going to be from this 136 mark, and we're heading down here. But if it's going to fail, and we're going to start tracking back up to these sorts of, we've got that orange line up there around 142, 141 region, well, our move fib's going to have to do something like this. It's going to have to come down, probably to around 134, somewhere around there, and then look to get long from there. Okay, so if that's the case, well, we can continue to look to get shorts where it makes sense. Maybe there's another swing trade down to this 134 region, and then we'll look to get long. What's that going to look like in our 4-hour chart? Let's just pull up the 4-hour chart quickly, and let's just do the same thing. These markets, they do the same thing by their own charts, guys. They're fractal, okay? You'll work on your fractals. Uptrend. And this is the 4-hour chart. Downtrend. Back to an uptrend. Now we're in a little downtrend. Okay? Here's the moves I'm doing in green on this chart. What's going to surprise you guys is these moves are actually those swings on the daily chart. Okay, so how can we use that to our advantage? Well, if we're going to, I'm just going to draw, and let me pick another color. Let me use yellow. If that's going to fail on that daily, it's going to probably have to do something like this, guys. Okay. In fact, I can draw even another little move fib here on this pullback. Had a little uptrend there. Now back to a downtrend. So I think we can get ourselves down to 134 potentially today on a pullback, looking to get short. Use your fibs and your pivots and all that sort of stuff. Maybe from 135, something around there, down to 134. And then I think we really need to get away out of the way of the these USD pairs and just let them breathe a little bit and see what's going on. Wait for some clearer direction and then look to trade later on. I mean, you're going to be way better off, guys, letting this, maybe even just letting this come down to this 134 level. Okay, swing its way down here maybe. And then if you get a 4-hour change to the upside, well, then we know that we've got this 4-hour, change of trend to an upside. This sort of thing. If we can change to an upside here, knowing that this was a move fib in the context of the daily, I think we've got a lot more confidence that we're going to go and get the job done up to around the 138, 140, 142 region before we see further major downside. Okay, so I think we can try and get short where it makes sense. Okay, in fact, it could be trying to get short here right now, pretty much from where we are, but I think we can still look to maybe later on look to get short, just fib the previous day's price action. I mean, the day's been pretty much sideways. Use our fibs, our pivots, and all that sort of good thing. I mean, we're just living below the central pivot on the weekly now. Be interesting to see what the new daily central gives us later on, and then look to get short, and maybe 134's where we're going to find buyers again. Get out of the way of it. Okay. Quick look at the USD yen. This thing is on an absolute tear to the upside. Here is its swing fibs on the daily chart. Okay, I'm trying to get long this, guys. Just can't long it from here anymore. Okay, here's the daily, last couple of daily swings. Well, those are move fibs on this 4-hour chart, guys. Somewhere through here. Okay, I'm just going to plot them on the left-hand side. And I think we need another move before we look to get long. And I think we can get this probably down to, say, 93. Somewhere around those parts before you would look to maybe get long this thing again. Okay? If I just zoom into the 4-hour chart a little more. If we're going to look to get long off these moves, guys, somewhere around 93. Okay, well, we're up at 94.5 region. There's 150 pips to the downside that we can look to maybe take advantage of and look to trade short. Okay, so how is that going to work for us? Well, we've got the 4-hour already lower hiring, lower low. It's faint, but it's there. So I think we can probably look to move fib to the downside. This 4-hour chart. So what's that mean? Well, if we go to a quote board into the shorter term time frame, just going to switch across to the USD yen. Okay. Well, we can, I think, throw a Fibonacci of this, of the entire day up. And if we get back to levels where, want to get short, well, you'd expect to find sellers. I think it's worth a shot. Now, look at this, living on the daily central. So probably going to need some new pivot points and things like that. Living on a daily central, living above the weekly. So, some sort of pullback later in the day, back to where it's going to make sense. Maybe if price opens below the central, back to the central, trading into the weekly central, something along those lines. Definitely worth a shot. And we're trying to get it back to that 93 region. If we can, I think it's definitely worth a fib long and see where it takes us. We'll keep you updated on it, guys. Have yourselves a good one, and we'll see you later. Cheers.